Hello everybody, I'm Liz, and today I am doing a video I don't typically do, and that is a TBR. So Sam from Thoughts on Tome is doing the Tome Topple Round 8, and I want to join because I have a lot of tomes, which are books 500 pages or longer, that I really want to tackle and read, and I always feel really motivated with Tome Topple read-a-thons, so I'm hoping to tackle these and just get situated. It is going to be hosted by some amazing hosts with Twitter sprints and Instagram challenges, so I will link all the descriptions and peoples and videos down below so you can check it out if you're interested. This read-a-thon is going from April 13th to the 26th, so you get a good chunk of time. It's usually about 2 weeks to read all the books. Now, she has some reading challenges, which I'm just going to list here. The first is to read an adult tome. The next challenge is to read a book that is daunting, that is intimidating, that has been on your TBR the longest. The third challenge is to read a tome from a genre that you don't typically grab, that you don't typically reach and latch onto. The fourth challenge is to read a tome that's a part of a series, so you can tackle those daunting, long, lengthy books in a series. And then the fifth and final challenge is to finish more than one tome, or to read more than one tome during this 2-week period. So I have some books down here. Because I'm a mood reader, I am picking out many books that I plan to at least hope to grab 1 or 2 to read during this 2-week period. I may not read all of them, most likely I will not, but I do want to jump in, try to read at least 2 of these as they need to be read. The book I will most likely definitely pick up is A Little Life by Hana Yanagihara. I have talked about this on my intimidating book TBR, books that really intimidate me, because this is almost 800 pages. It is a whopper of a book. It's also supposed to be really sad. It's this adult contemporary fiction novel of 4 friends attending college, lots of hardships. I have this book in physical form and also an audiobook, so that'll help me tackle this book. It is also an anticipated read. I really want to read it this year, so I hope to get to it, and why not during this read-a-thon. Another book that I really want to tackle and jump on to finish reading is Les Mis by Victor Hugo. This is another book that I started reading during a Tome Topple, put it down even though I was a third of the way through, and stopped reading it. So I really want to tackle this book, at least start rereading segments of it again, and get into the habit of reading a little bit of this book until I finish it. Next up, to tackle books in a series, or tomes in a series, I have 2 options. We have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. I really, really want to read this book because I'm doing a reread of Harry Potter. I read it a little bit throughout the days. I finished The Prisoner of Azkaban last December, and so I feel like it's great to tackle this thick 700+ page book during a read-a-thon, and because it is young adults, middle grade, I can bust through it really fast, and I've read it already, so I'll also bust through it really quickly, so it'll keep me motivated and intrigued to keep going. Another book that is in a series that I have not finished is Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. This is another really intimidating read for me because I've started it 3 times and haven't made it past chapter 5. So I really want to tackle it and read it, especially because its sequel, Nexus, is coming out in the next month or 2, and I'm really excited. I really want to read this book with this band of marauders, these space pirates. It's a group of women, and I just need to get on it. Now, as for tomes that are not really my go-to genre, I've picked, again, 2. I want to give myself some options with my mood readiness. And that is, we have Impulse by Ellen Hopkins. This book is written in verse and poetry and everything, and I don't ever really grapple and go to those types of stories. And I remember reading about 50 pages during mine and my husband's Try a Chapter challenge, and I really enjoyed it, and so I definitely want to read it. And because this reads very quickly as it's written in verse, I can bust it out really fast. So even though it is a tome of almost 700 pages, I can bust it out really quickly. Another book that is something that I have not read, it's definitely out of my comfort zone, is The Moral Arc by Michael Shermer. This is a psychologist who writes about kind of conspiracy theories and how social psychology interacts and how people interact in the world. And so this one goes on morality, and I just really want to read it. I got this book several years ago at a psychology conference that I went to present my research, and I haven't read it yet, and he was so amazing just listening to him speak, and I really want to listen to him and gain some of his insight and knowledge again, so I need to just get into it. So this tackles a lot of those. We have adult books in here, we have genres that I'm not really gravitating towards, and we have books in a series. The ones that are probably on my TBR the longest will be Harry Potter and Les Mis, because I've wanted to reread Harry Potter forever and haven't. And obviously Les Mis is because I've always wanted to read it because I'm obsessed with the play, but it just hasn't happened yet. We have 6 books here. I will pick 2 to read during the Tome Topple and update you later on. Please let me know in the comments down below if you're participating in the Tome Topple and what books you would like to read, and give me some tips and tricks and pointers on how to bust out these dense and thick tomes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and would like to watch more of my content, please like this video and subscribe. I post every Tuesday and Friday, and I hope to see you again next time. I love you guys. Bye!